I'm Thai. I'm from USA and I live in Beijing, China. My current job is learning support teacher for high school at International School of Beijing. I came from a small town in USA. Well, not small, like 500,000 people, but that's small in China. So going from there to Shanghai, where it's 20 some million people, that in itself was a culture shock. We didn't have subway stations, very few buses. Everybody drove their own car everywhere. Everybody owned a house. So the whole sky-rise apartments and everybody packed so close together. I've lived here for 6 years and I'm not tired of it. I like a lot of the food. Obviously I like the food, but the food, whether it's in, Sichuan or Shanghai or Beijing or wherever, it's very unique. And especially in my hometown, I'm not gonna find anything like regular Chinese food. We have normal Cantonese, Chinese American food, but that's obviously nothing like real Chinese food. I'm starting to like it more as I'm getting settled into my job. It's one of the things I loved when I first moved here. I had no experience in education and very little experience working with people with disabilities. But I learned and I showed people I could do it and they gave me a chance. And I think there's always opportunities in China. If you can do something and other people want it, you can find a way to make money doing it and have a life here. As I'm getting settled into my job, I am excited to move back downtown. I'm out here in the suburbs and I have been for about 6 months. And I don't like that. I want to be back in the middle of Beijing so I can learn and explore more. But I do like it. Yeah, it's been fun. Compared to Shanghai, where it was, bright lights everywhere and skyline everywhere, and parties and beautiful and glitz and glamour and fashion. Beijing is much more, reminds me of like a Midwestern city in the United States, more like Chicago, where Shanghai was more like New York. You just have to go along with the flow. It's a fine line to have because you want to keep your own identity, your own cultural identity, where you come from and who you are. That's, always going to be part of you and you don't want to forget that. But at the same time, if you're too stubborn, like if I'm middle American and I expect the same type of attitudes and manners and types of things, I'm going to be frustrated every single day. So, and you can't do that because it's a completely different, world in a sense. You have to learn and have an open mind and figure out, where you fit in the scheme of here. But as I said, still hold on to a little bit of who you are and where you come from. Always telling students and, my players and everybody, take chances and, have an adventure. Give it a try. The worst that can happen is you don't like it and you go back home. But the best that can happen is you find something different and you love it, like I did.